Hi guys, welcome back to another one of our bow reviews. Today we're going to talk about the Samick Masters Max, or as they refer to it now, is just the Max. Lovely riser, very well made. It's a mixture of forged and CNC machined. It's a couple of different blends of aluminium that go through this riser. However, it does make it a little bit heavy. You are looking at around 1290 grams for this riser. They're well finished. They are a painted finish, not an anodized or a powder coated finish, so they are painted. They have a lovely, lovely grip. Very, very firm grip, wooden grip, and your hand just sits there absolutely snug. And as you can see from there, if you've got a reasonably big hand, that puts that thumb straight ahead and that hand just sits absolutely flat in there. Really nice bow. I currently shoot one of these bows myself. I just love the way they feel. Even though I train on this bow, I still switch between this and a fibre bow personally. So generally speaking, when I'm training for competition or for general shooting purposes, I will shoot this predominantly because of the weight factor in it. It's a very thuddy feel, especially when you start getting into higher poundage limbs. It's a very positive feel through the riser. You get quite a lot of vibration through it. However, it's not very noisy. It is still quite quiet, and with the right dampening setup, it's very quiet actually. So, you know, it's a very good performing limb. Probably a little bit dated in its looks. Samick have gone for this lovely streamlined sort of look through the whole bow, and everything seems to follow through, so the contours are very good. However, as I said, you know, it probably needs to move forward a little bit. And one of the discussions we've had with Samick, we've discussed the possibility of maybe thinning the riser out, making it a little bit lighter, moving to a similar aluminium like Hoyt used for their risers, and having it one-piece machined. But as you know, there were a few issues with the Xenotech range when they first came out with twisting and whatnot, and that was pretty much Samick's sort of first jump into that full machined riser kind of world. So there was a lot of problems with Xenotechs, and they weren't a very popular riser. But look, as I've said before in the past, Samick have been out for a couple of years now, and they're really trying to come back into the archery world with an absolute vengeance. You know, they're moving forward further and further and further, and with the likes of the Avanti and the new Max, they've really come back with a good solid range of target bows, which they haven't had for a good couple of years. So if you're considering a top end bow and you don't want to really go that high dollar mark, look, Samick Masters come in around the sort of 550 mark. They're very good, very reliable. As I say, they are heavy. So if you're not used to that heaviness in a riser, they may throw you a little bit. A couple of downsides to them, again, they don't offer them in a 27 inch. However, they are considering the possibility of a 26 inch. But this is not the top of the range for Samick. Samick actually do have one that they keep hidden pretty much from the world market, which is called the Samick Ultra. It is available by order only, and it is pretty much their primo riser for that world competition stage at the moment. However, you won't find it in shops. Not many shops will actually even stock one because they are predominantly order only. But one thing with Samick is when you order these risers, you can request the possibility of blended colors through them. They will do some custom colors, even though they say they won't, but they actually will. But they're very easy to paint, very easy to do all the work on yourself. Again, it covers all the boxes as far as the limb pocket system goes. Like the Avanti riser, its little brother, it does come with a very good pocket system. As you can see here, you have a lovely, good, solid pocket system. Nice big grub screws all the way around there. So very easy to adjust. Look, Samick have pretty much stayed with this two-part pocket system, and it seems to work for them. It's very easy to get that tiller and that limb alignment set up in matters of minutes. All you need to do really is loosen these two bolts off here, and just a tad. You don't even need to crank them right off. You can just loosen those off, loosen that back bolt off, and look, within under 2 or 3 minutes, you don't even need to destring the bow. You can get this bow tuned and aligned, and the tiller's perfect top and bottom. So it's such an easy bow to work on. And look, you know, they've not tried to overcomplicate the pocket system or anything like that. They've kept it very simple, and because of it, it's a very simple and a very easy riser to use. As I say, it comes back to reliability. Would this be as good as a GMX or an Inno? maybe not. Again, it depends on how you shoot. But look, whether or not you buy an Inno Max or an Inno CXT or a Hoyt GMX or Ion X, RX, HPX, any of those kind of high-end risers, it's really not about the bow, it's about the person behind the bow. You're the person with the steering wheel, and how you choose to steer it is completely up to you and how you shoot. So just keep that in mind when you are looking for a high-end riser, that realistically, just because it's a $600 bow or a $700 riser or what have you, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to shoot perfectly for you. If you're not a good shooter, it's not going to shoot well. If you are a good shooter, it's going to shoot very well. So, you know, look, these are up there in the top 5 of risers. You know, alongside these, as I say, in Samick's range, they really don't have anything else available in that high end that's actually accessible. So this is about the highest end that you'll get off the shelf in most shops. The Masters Max is a reasonably new one too. This has only been out for a few months, so they're coming through very slowly. But you know, look, for around $550, it's a very good and very solid riser. It's a big improvement on the Athlete riser for anybody who's currently using an Athlete and was wanting to know what to do. Is it better than the Masters, the original Masters? Well, that's a bit of a hard call, considering that the world champion last year in Tokyo actually shot almost a near perfect score with the Masters. So this one hasn't been around long enough yet to prove its worth and to show whether or not it's as good as its big brother. But it's definitely a nice riser to shoot. It does grip very well. In your hand, it does sit quite nicely, but it does give you quite a lot of feedback. So if you're looking for something that's heavy, gives you a little bit of thuddiness, is reasonably consistent as far as it behaves, then this is probably a riser for you. If you don't want to go spending sort of $600 plus, then this is really going to sort of be that top end of the start of the top end in that lower price range. Samick have really kept their pricing down at the moment, and I think that's because they're trying to get back into the world market. So look guys, if you have any questions about this riser, or if you want me to feed you more information on it, please don't hesitate to send me an email or visit our website at www.finditarcherysupplies.com.au, or reply to this on YouTube, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have. I do try and reply to all the YouTube comments that we get, and thank you very much for putting them through. We will acknowledge them all and get to them all. I've been asked and people screaming at me for more limbs reviews, so we will get to some more of those at a later date. I'm just waiting for a big batch of stock to come in. But look guys, if you have questions about them, also if you do live in other parts of the world and you are watching this review, we have worked out a deal now with our UPS that we can freight overseas for a very reasonable cost, and actually still keep the pricing of the bows down for you as well. So guys, any questions, please reply to the YouTube post or to our website, and we'll be more than happy to help you. But for now, happy shooting, and we'll speak to you soon.